TVASIA Telugu ప్రేక్షకులందరికీ hello and welcome to yet another episode of Talk Show with Experts. మనతో ఉన్నారు మన expert Rahul Reddy garu. Thanks Rahul garu for being here on the show.
Thanks for inviting me.
And his firm Reddy and Newman PC, a Houston-based firm, is a very, very eminent immigration law firm which is tirelessly working for people day and night with all their immigration issues. So welcome to the show. And let's get started. Rahul garu, this week also we have some very, very interesting developments on matter. One, the first topic is the review of the H-1b placements in federal government projects, Trump's new executive order and the second point we're going to discuss is also about the additional $4,000 to $4,500 fees that are going to be required for H-1 and L-1b extensions as well. So Rahul garu, let's go back to the first piece of this matter. The review of the H-1b placement in the federal government projects. What is going on? Every week, I think President Trump comes up with these new restrictions and people are as confused and as lost and as fearful as they were probably back in the Hitler era, So what's going on with that?
He's running very down in the polls now. I don't want to get into politics, but of course, he's trying to threaten the immigration base because his constituents, the people who voted for him, and the agenda that he had when he came to power is anti-immigrants. Don't forget about that. So because Congress did not do what he wanted them to do, what Trump wanted to do, he's coming to the edge right now. We don't know whether he is going to be here for the next term or not. So he's trying to do as much as possible anti-immigration as the law allows though. At this point of time, he is telling all the department heads of the government to see who are all the H-1b people who are working as a third-party placement and try to see why they are, if there is any displacement there. So most probably what will happen is that if, let's say, I am a Department of Agriculture head, and if I get an executive order saying that, hey, U.S. workers are unemployed, why are you employing the H-1b? You have to give an explanation. What most probably will happen is that they will not, any contracts that are going to be extended, most probably may not be extended though. Oh. This executive order is only telling the Department of Head to review these things, but I know for sure that a lot of the people that I spoke with, they're already telling that the contracts are not going to be extended. So this is going to be major. Approximately around 30,000 people are working with the government projects at this point of time on H-1b. They're mostly working through third parties like the consulting companies that place individuals there. So their job might be in jeopardy at this point of time.
Wow. Okay. So it looks like we have some more uncertainty,
That is right.
Now, before we go into our second topic, we have a caller here. So let's just quickly for a minute take a caller.
Sure.
Hello? Hello?
Hello. Hi. I'm speaking with Rahul.
Yeah, ma'am.
Yes,
This is Aditya and Rahul. Ma'am, okay request meeku, please, as soon as you get a chance, please like and subscribe our Facebook and YouTube channels as well, so you are up to date and, you're kept abreast of all the developments that is happening on the show as well as TVASIA Telugu. So please go on ahead.
Okay. Sure, ma'am. Yeah, Rahul. Hi. How are you doing today?
Did good.
Rahul, I do have a question. My H-1b is due for extension September 14th. And my employer is in the process of applying for the extension. At the same time, I did get a full-time opportunity and they had to file my H-1, but it is running late because of the background check. Due to COVID-19 situation. So will there be a problem if both of them apply H-1 for me at the same time?
No problem, ma'am. Absolutely no problem. You can have your company file an extension, another company file the transfer at the same time. It will not cause any problem whatsoever at all. However, though, I would like this and the full-time opportunity client to file the H-1b before September 14th. That's when your H-1b expires. But if by any chance they file afterwards, it may complicate the issues because the second H-1b, that is the full-time H-1b officer may ask the approval of the extension before he approves the transfer. So that's the only thing. But as far as filing both the people at the same time is not going to cause any problem whatsoever at all for you.
Okay. So once like I file it and both of them gets approved, I can choose whatever company I can be in, right? So,
absolutely. You can either choose to go to the end client, or you can do one thing. You can it's up to you. You can pick to choose the extension company, or you can join the end client company too. Both companies, you can do either of them. No problem with that.
Okay. Thank you so much.
All right. Thank you so much for calling in today. Rahul, we just have one more caller.
Sure.
I'll quickly answer that call. Hello?
Yeah, hello, madam. Are you able to hear me?
Yeah, I'm able to hear you, sir. Okay, if you can, me YouTube, TVASIA Telugu YouTube channel as well as Facebook page, me like and subscribe so that we know who you are, and you know we can keep you up to date with all of our shows, and especially this one, Anamata. All right, please proceed with your question.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, sure. Hi, Rahul. I have a question, two questions. So one of them is, my term was approved. I-140 approved with my old employer, but that was filed with level 2, and the prevailing wage was determination was some wages of some rate. And recently I moved to new other company, and here they have started filing the term, but it was I think the prevailing wage determination was filed with level 1, and obviously the rate was low. So will that be a problem when Department of Labor approving 9089?
No.
Or
not a problem.
Will that be an issue?
Not a problem. Not a problem. A lot of people change the jobs. They move the level 2 to level 1, level 4 to level 1, depending on a lot of different circumstances, though. So every position will not be the same. I mean, the previous position, the next position might not be the same. No, it will not cause any problem whatsoever at all if if the previous company was level 2 and now it's level 1, the perm labor certification will not have any problem, though. Because of that, it will not have any problem.
Okay, sir. So what is the once my employer attorneys are ready to file the 9089 form with DOL, so how long does it take? Is the processing waiting time right now?
If the prevailing wage, the whole process of filing the perm labor certification can take anywhere from 4 minutes to, from 4 months to 9 months, depending on the prevailing wage and the advertisement process.
So I'm done with the advertisement process. So
if the prevailing wage is done, if the advertisement process is done, the recruitment process is done, then they can take only 1 week or 2 days. There are cases that we have filed in 3 hours.
So that can be approved in the same week itself. So once they file the 9089, right?
Did you say approved or filed?
Filed. I'm saying the file.
Yeah. Once it's filed, once it's filed, it's taking 5 months for the Labor Department to adjudicate the perm labor certification.
Okay. So right now I'm done with the recruitment and also the prevailing wage.
Sir, so if the prevailing wage, advertisement and recruitment is done, they can file at any time. It's your lawyer delay, lawyer review that is taking time right now.
Okay. So I think, is there any way that we can go and use the reference for that H-1b, those who are staying in the country can be exempted from that ban? So is there any way we can use as a reference about Twitter?
The State Department in its Twitter though, not in any memorandum, not in any explanation though, in the Twitter, they said that the people who are here on H-1b already on June 24th are not subject to the executive order. But as of now, we have not done any experiments to see if that Twitter thing, what the State Department said is right or not. So I would like you to come back to TVASIA every week so that we will update if there is any information that pops up on that end.
Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you.
Rahul, I wish it really took 4 minutes for all that processing to happen, right? It would have been so nice. But,
sorry about that. I wish.
it's wishful thinking, but it's nice to hear that actually. Rahul, we have a few more callers, but really quick, I know that we've talked about this additional $4,000 to $4,500 in fees that is required in extensions also now. I think that is a big piece of news. So,
huge fees.
Yeah, because I thought USCIS said they might hike it only by like 20%. But then, here they're saying 4 to 5K. So, what's going to happen?
They slipped it out underneath the table though, when they increased the fees though, because the USCIS is going bankrupt because of the Trump administration policies, changing the policies every week, it's going bankrupt. So they wanted to increase by 21%. But when it comes to the H-1Bs, mostly filed by the Indian companies though, the companies that have branches in India and here, the fees is when they file initial H-1B, the fees is if the company has more than 50% of the employees on H-1B or L1, and if they have more than 50 employees, the filing fees is $4,000 plus $2,000 plus about $500 is actual filing fees. So the actual filing fees is going only a little bit though, not much. When we file the extensions though, we don't pay $4,000 every time again. We only pay one time.
Right.
We only pay one time. But now what they're telling is that every time the company files an extension, they have to pay that extra $4,000. So if the company files an individual and joins and then they file the extension, we didn't used to pay that $4,000. It was not required to pay $4,000. Now they're telling for every extension, you have to pay the extra $4,000. That's going to be a huge burden for a lot of these companies when filing the extensions.
Yeah, I think it might even act as a deterrent, right? I think that's what they're trying to do.
That is exactly what he's trying to do. Okay. I don't know whether he's trying to move the jobs out of the country or in the country. Looks like he's trying to move the jobs out of the country.
Okay. I hope, I don't know. We'll see what happens. So Rahul, I think we have a host of callers waiting for you. So let's just get on to our next caller. Hello?
Hello.
Hello, sir. Cheppade.
My question is regarding my son. Actually, I am on a H-1b and my current 797 expires on August 21st. And my company filed for extension like 6 months back, and my H-1b got approved in April. And my wife and kids H-4 is still pending because they need the biometrics. Because of that, it's still pending. And my son got admitted to one of the college here in Georgia Tech. And he's in H-4. His H-4 is going to expire obviously on 21st, like my H-1. But his H-4 is pending. And the college allowed him to register and he's going to start the classes next week. So will there be any issue for attending the college while he's on H-4? H-4 is pending.
Absolutely no problem. Yeah, he can go to the college. Absolutely no problem. Congrats that your son got into a very good college. No, he will not have any problem in continuing going to the college. But one thing I want you to note it down though. He's going to become 21 soon. I want you to file an F1 visa for him way earlier. I would recommend to file when he's 19. Based on your thing, he must be either between 17 and 19. So I'm assuming that I want you to take care of filing the change of status from H4 to F1 when he is 19, not when he's coming very near to 21. You and I know that once he turns 21, his H4 is no longer valid.
Yeah, I have another question. Because I am actually planning to file now itself. Is it okay if his H4 is pending? Can I file for change of status now? Because main reason I want to do is we want to do some internships.
I got the point. You can file it while the H4 is pending. you can do it. It's not going to cause any problem whatsoever at all in getting the F1. That is even much better. Your plan is much better than what I told you to do.
But do I have to do it like before 21st, or is it like I can do it after 21st also?
No, you cannot do it on 21st at the time. The day becomes 21st, he will become illegal person in the United States if the F1 is not approved.
No, I'm saying that August 21st, this August 21st is H4 is going to expire.
You can file before or after. It doesn't matter.
Okay. So and the question is, if his H4 is also going to get approved, or will there be any like whichever get approved first is.
Whichever approved gets the latest one will count. But if you file a F1 right now, he's not going to get the approval pretty soon. It's going to take a long time anyway for him. So ideally, you can file it right now, or you can wait until the H4 is approved depending on his age, because you're telling that his internships are, where he is going to miss the internships. I would file an F1 as soon as possible. I would not wait until the H4 is approved. No, if the H4 is approved, it won't cause any problem. They already know that H4 is pending.
Okay. So one question is like, I don't know, because kids like him, my green card is like, my I-1 part is approved. I am like waiting for green card. Will it be a question for him saying that if you go for a F1 visa, like say instead of change of status and going outside country and say, okay, what is your intent to return back, or how do you need to prove that?
One is he's not going outside the country. If he's going outside the country, I would like you to speak with the lawyer privately though. Since he is filing within United States, on the I-539 application, there is a question called, have you ever filed an immigrant petition? He didn't file it. It's his dad who filed it. And you'd file it for yourself. You didn't file for your son. He's just a derivative beneficiary. He doesn't have to answer yes to that question. We have not seen any problem whatsoever at all. We have not seen any problem whatsoever at all in getting the F1 visas for people like you, especially when they are trying to change the status within United States. The only problem we have is that once it touches 21, that creates a problem. But you're planning well ahead, and thanks for coming to TVASIA, that you're planning all these things much well ahead. So your son, I don't see any problem in getting the F1 visa.
Okay, thank you.
Right, sir. Hello. Hello?
Hello, yeah, thank you.
Hello. Thank you, sir. And before you leave, please don't forget to like and subscribe the TVASIA Telugu Facebook page as well as the YouTube channel. Thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you.
All right. Rahul Garu, let's go to our next caller.
Sure.
Hello?
Yeah, hello Rahul Garu.
Oh, hi. Hi.
Hi,
sir. Your parent Japandi, please.
Na peru Mahesh andi.
Mahesh Garu, so before
San Antonio nunchi call chestunna.
Yeah, please go ahead and like our Facebook page, the TV Telugu Facebook page, as well as the YouTube channel. So you're kept up to date with all and everything happening with regard to this immigration show. So go ahead with your question, please.
Sir, నాది H1 extension మీద క్వశ్చన్ సార్. నాది అక్టోబర్ 2014 లో H1 అప్రూవ్ అయింది. సారీ, ఫస్ట్ H1 అక్టోబర్ 2014 నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అయింది. నా కరెంట్ H1 2021 వరకు ఉంది సార్, కరెంట్ ఎంప్లాయర్ తో. సో ఇట్స్ క్రాసింగ్ 6 years.
Okay. Did you get your I-140 approved?
నా క్వశ్చన్ ఏంటంటే, ఎస్ సార్, I-140 అప్రూవ్ అయింది. అది డిఫరెంట్ ఎంప్లాయర్ తో అప్రూవ్ అయింది. అది వచ్చేసరికి ప్రయారిటీ డేట్, రిసీట్ డేట్ డిసెంబర్ 2016 అని ఉంది, అండ్ ప్రయారిటీ డేట్ ఏమో ఆగస్ట్ 2016 అని. సో నెక్స్ట్ ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ అప్లై చేసేటప్పుడు I-140 రివోక్ చేశారో లేదో నాకు తెలీదు. సో ఇది రివోక్ చేయడానికి 180 days కౌంట్ ఉంటుంది కదా సార్ I-140 మీద. అది ప్రయారిటీ డేట్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుందా, లేకపోతే రిసీట్ డేట్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ అవుతుందా?
Approval date నుంచి 180 days అండి. From the day it's been approved. There is a receipt date, priority date, there is a date on which it's been approved. So 180 days is from the time the I-140 is approved. That's number one. Number two is that you're telling that you are unable to find out if your I-140 has been withdrawn or not. I want you to do one thing. I want you to go online. It's called USCIS FOIA, Freedom of Information Act, FOIA. Fill that information out there. You will get a copy of the I-140 entire petition. It will tell when it's been withdrawn, if it's been withdrawn or not. Okay? It's free, it's online, it's free, it's online, and it takes about 60 to 90 days for you to get an email of that petition. I want you to do it. As soon as you put the phone up, you go to the Google, you do USCIS FOIA, you fill that information out, you get it. And here's the thing. If the company has withdrawn after 180 days that the I-140 has been approved, and it's been withdrawn after January 17th of 2017, it doesn't matter to you. It doesn't matter to you. That I-140 belongs to you. Govt, I interrupted you. You were asking some questions, sir.
మీ వీడియోస్ ఫాలో అవుతానే యాక్చువల్లీ 3 weeks బ్యాక్ FOI అప్లై చేశాను సార్ నేను.
Nice, sounds good. You will get a result.
సో అప్రూవ్ అయింది అని ఎట్లా అంటే ఎక్కడ చూడమంటారు డేట్? ఆ డేట్ నుంచి 180 days అని నాకు కరెక్ట్ గా నేను ఎంప్లాయర్ మారింది 180 days
దాంట్లో once you get the freedom of information, no, once you get the freedom of information, the document will say whether it's been withdrawn. In the first page of the I-140, that's the form that your employer has signed. At the bottom, it will tell if it's been withdrawn, on what day. In the first page itself, it will tell when that I-140 has been approved. That will give a very clear idea for you to see when it's been approved, when it's been withdrawn, if you don't have the approval in your hand.
సో కరెంట్ I-797 మీద అది కనిపించలేదు సార్. అంటే బేసికల్ గా ఎప్పుడు అప్రూవ్ అయింది అని
నోటీస్ డేట్ అని ఉంటది. There is a notice date.
December 30, 2016.
That is when it's approved.
Okay, sir. Yeah, sir. నేను ఆల్రెడీ 2021 నాకు 24 నుంచి H1 స్టార్ట్ అయిందంటే దిస్ అక్టోబర్ 2020కి 6 years అవుతుంది. 2021 వరకు నా H1 ఉంది. So
you already got the I-140 approval. Let's not panic right now. You the freedom of information right now.
Okay.
Let's wait for 2 months. Okay. Let's wait for 2 months. Once you get it, let's relax until that time. Once you get it, you can clearly identify what to be done. Okay?
Okay. Sir, my current plan is like whatever, basically we can apply for H1 6 months before, right, sir? So I asked my current employer, like, can I go for H1 extension in February so that you and I know that whether I'll be in US or I'll not be in US after.
But if you have the I-140, you already did the freedom of information by listening to TVASIA, which is very good. You will get that result in 2 months, okay? Come back to us and let us know whether the I-140, when was it approved? I already told you whenever it is approved. When it's been withdrawn, whether it's been withdrawn or not, then we can make a plan accordingly, okay? We'll be there every week on Sunday.
Yes, sir. I have one last question. So there was a recent article in Times of India that the consulates can open in Hyderabad, and also recent Department of State tweeted like they are removing the level 4 COVID level 4 thing. So is it a sign that they're going to open the consulate soon?
Okay, what is your plan? You want to go to the consulate right now to get the stamping?
No, it's actually for one of my friends. He has consular processing, so he left India already.
Right. The consular processings are
I'm
open
asking
for
on this.
The consular processings are open for emergency things. The consular appointments are not available until February, even for those people where the executive ban is not there. It's only available in February at this point of time. What we are recommending people is to book it up for February and then try to see when the slots get open and they can book it up. If the slots get open in October, they can book it up. Okay? If I were that guy, I would book it in February, and then whenever the slots open, I will try to prepone the date.
Reschedule it. Okay.
That is right.
Sure, sir. Yep. Perfect.
Thank you.
Thanks, Andy. Thanks, Rahul garu.
Thank you very much for tuning in.
So Rahul, we have a few more.
Thank you.
Let's go on. Hello.
Hi Nitya garu.
Hi Andy. Chepandi sir.
నా పేరు అండి. హై రాహుల్ గారు. రాహుల్ గారు, నాకు ఫాలో జస్ట్ 2 questions. ఒకటి ఏంటంటే, నాకు ఇనిషియల్ ఫస్ట్ H-1b 2015 లాటరీలో వచ్చింది త్రూ కన్సల్టింగ్ కంపెనీ, మా కరెంట్ ఎంప్లాయర్. అప్పటి నుండి నేను ఒక స్టేట్ క్లయింట్ కి వర్క్ చేస్తున్నాను, డిపార్ట్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ హెల్త్ కి. అయితే 20 days బ్యాక్ లే ఆఫ్ అయ్యాను అనమాట. లే ఆఫ్ అయితే జాబ్ స్టార్ట్ చేస్తే నాకు మొన్న 2 days బ్యాక్ ఒక జాబ్ వచ్చింది. అది డైరెక్ట్ ఫుల్ టైమ్ జాబ్ విత్ ఫుల్ డైరెక్ట్ క్లయింట్. అయితే క్లయింట్ H1 ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేసుకోవడానికి రెడీ అండ్ H1 ఎక్స్టెన్షన్ కూడా అప్లై చేయడానికి రెడీ. బట్ క్లయింట్ బి వచ్చేసి ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో తనది నాన్ ప్రాఫిట్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్. అయితే నేను ఫ్రెండ్స్ తో ఇలా మాట్లాడుతున్నప్పుడు దే రేజ్ ద క్వశ్చన్, ఒకసారి నాన్ ప్రాఫిట్ ఆర్గనైజేషన్ కి H1 ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేస్తే మళ్ళీ నెక్స్ట్ ఒకవేళ ఐదర్ కన్సల్టింగ్ కంపెనీకి మూవ్ అయినా లేకపోతే ఒక ఫర్ ప్రాఫిట్ కంపెనీకి మూవ్ అయినా ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ ఇష్యూ అనేది కష్టం అవుతుంది అని అన్నారు. సో అది how it works అని నిజమేనా?
Not true in your case.
Okay.
You already got the H-1b counted according to your statement in October of 2015. You got the H-1b approval. Now you're moving to a non-profit organization. When you want to move from non-profit to for-profit organization, you will not have any problem whatsoever at all. However, if in 2015 you would have got the H-1b through non-profit organization, and now you want to move to the for-profit organization, you cannot. You have to be counted towards the H-1b to move from a non-profit to the for-profit. You're already been counted in 2014. So you don't have any problem whatsoever at all moving from non-profit to for-profit. Yes, they are true in certain extent, but not in your case.
Okay, perfect. Thank you. And follow-up question వచ్చేసండి, కరెంట్ I-140 with my current employer. అండ్ I-140 అప్రూవ్ అయింది March 2017 లో. అండ్ ఇప్పుడు కరెంట్ క్లయింట్ ఎవరైతే ఉన్నారో నేను జాబ్ టేకప్ చేసుకోవాలనుకుంటుంది, తను అన్నాడు వీ విల్ ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ H1 ఇమీడియట్లీ, బట్ జీసీ మాత్రం ఇమీడియట్ గా చేయము, వీ విల్ వెయిట్ అంటిల్ యువర్ డేట్ కమ్స్ అని చెప్పి అన్నారు అనమాట. సో 2021 ఆగస్ట్ కి 6 years ఆఫ్ H1 అయిపోతుంది అది. సో ఒకవేళ ఈ కరెంట్ ఎంప్లాయర్ రివోక్ చేస్తే H1 ని, బట్ స్టిల్ I-140 యూజ్ చేసి యూజ్ చేసి ఎక్స్టెండ్ చేసుకోవచ్చు. I-140 రివోక్ చేస్తే
right, you can, that I-140 now belongs to you because it's been approved for more than 180 days. Even if he revokes it, you can still use it to extend the H-1b with this company, transfer to this company, and after 3 years you want to extend with this company, you can still use the old I-140 that you got approved in March 2017. You can still use it. Even if you want to move from this non-profit organization to another organization, you can still use the same I-140. Absolutely no problem. And you can still use the same I-140 to get a EAD for your wife. Absolutely no problem for you. The rule is that I-140 must have been approved and not been withdrawn for 180 days. In your case, it's very clear, so you have no problem with it.
ఓకే. సో ఇప్పుడు కరెంట్ క్లయింట్ బితో స్టార్ట్ చేసిన తర్వాత H1 ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అన్ని అప్రూవ్ అయిపోయాయి. సో నౌ థింగ్స్ ఆర్ గోయింగ్ నార్మల్. After 4 months or 5 months, if I get a more better role with a more better pay or something like that with a client C, move on. Okay, వెంటనే ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ చేసుకోవచ్చు మళ్ళీ.
You can transfer, absolutely no problem. You can use I-140. You can transfer and you can move from non-profit to for-profit because you're already counted in 2015 quota.
Sure. And లాస్ట్ కాలర్ కి మీరు ఎక్స్ప్లెయిన్ చేశారు కదా, ఒక ఫాలో అప్ లాస్ట్ క్వశ్చన్ అండి, సారీ. నేను మీ కాల్స్ అదే ఫాలో అవుతాను ట్యూస్డే రోజు లైవ్. సో నేను కూడా FOIA, ఈవెన్ దో ఐ డోంట్ హ్యావ్ ఎనీ ఇష్యూస్ విత్ మై ఎంప్లాయర్, బట్ జస్ట్ ఎనీ టైమ్ యూజ్ అవుద్ది అని ఫైల్ చేశాను. సో అయితే ఇప్పుడు కరెంట్ ఎంప్లాయర్ అదే న్యూ జాబ్ అతను వెంటనే చేయను గ్రీన్ కార్డ్ అన్నాడు. బట్ జస్ట్ ఇన్ కేస్ ఒకవేళ కరెంట్ అయ్యే ఛాన్సెస్ వస్తే లేదా ఏదైనా ఇమిగ్రేషన్ వచ్చి చేయాలంటే ఆ FOIA లో ఉన్న FOIA లో ఉన్న పర్మ్ ని వాడి మనము డైరెక్ట్ గా I-140 ఫైల్ చేసుకోవాలా, లేకపోతే ఆ న్యూ ఎంప్లాయర్ మళ్ళీ స్క్రాచ్ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేయాలా?
He has to start from the scratch. If by any chance any miracle happens, what happened in 2007, definitely you will be in a loss.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay, sure. That's all I have. Thank you,
Thank you.
Rahul. Thank you, Nitya.
Thank you so much for calling, but please don't forget to like and subscribe to our YouTube channel as well as our Facebook page, TVASIA Telugu, and stay up to date on everything that's happening immigration based. Okay, thank you.
Sure.
Yes. Rahul, we have a question on from a Facebook user as well. Dinesh Reddy. So he says, good afternoon. I have applied for an H-1b transfer from employer A to employer B, and I've received an email from the attorney saying that the change of status got denied. I still need to receive physical documents from USCIS. What are my options?
Did his first H-1b approval got I-94 expired, or is it still valid?
He doesn't mention any of that.
Yeah. If by any chance his first H-1b I-94 has not expired, we have used filing second time saying that the 60 days if he has not used the 60 days in the first movement from company A to company B, we have been successful in using the 60-day rule saying that his I-94 is still valid, and he should be able to use the 60 days at this point of time. We have been successful in that thing. If by any chance the I-94 already expired though, I would recommend that the company can still use something called non-protunct. That means that, please excuse me for being out of status and give me the H-1b approval. It is not my mistake that I'm out of status. It is either the employer mistake, lawyer mistake, whoever's mistake, but it's not my mistake. He can try to argue that, but if he is trying to make that argument, I would strongly recommend, there are risks associated because he's counting the unlawful presence. I would recommend that he should consult a competent lawyer. So before he takes the path of the non-protunct. Now with the 60-day, when the I-94 is there, it's not, I would recommend that he can file this, if the I-94 with the company is still valid, he can still file an application. But make sure that either non-protunct, whether you consult a lawyer and go with the non-protunct, or if you're going to file another H-1b using the 60-day rule, do it in premium processing. Don't do it in the normal processing though.
Okay. All right. Dinesh Garu, if you're listening to this, then you have all your options laid out on Mata. And I think if you have any further questions, then feel free to contact Rahul Reddy Garu and his firm, Reddy and Newman PC. I'm sure they'd be able to help you out with all of your immigration needs. Okay, Rahul Garu, we have a few more callers, so let's just quickly go on to them. Hello? Hello?
Hi, is it me?
Yes, hi, sir. I can hear you. So,
hi, Rahul. I have a question regarding this recent federal government stuff. So basically, I'm working on the EC model, and my client is the federal government. So what do you think at this point? Like, should I already start looking for the new job, or should I wait and watch? Because it's still
when is your contract ending? When is your H-1b ending?
My H-1 just got renewed. I still didn't get the receipt, but I saw the online last week that it got approved. So I'm still waiting for the receipt. But the contract is there till starting of the next year.
Yeah, that's going to be tough. Are they going to cancel the existing contracts? It has to be tested though. At this point of time, they're only reviewing it. They're not renewing it. That's the information we have. We don't have the information that they're going to cancel the existing contracts though. I don't have that information. Probably tune in for the TVASIA. We will come up as we get more information. I mean, this is a source where not only we tell you what it is, we also learn from you what is going on outside in the world. At this point of time, we don't have any information that they're canceling the existing contracts. We know that if there is a renewal of the contract, they're creating a problem for the renewal.
I see. Okay. So, I mean, at this point, just like take your best decision maybe, right?
Yeah, if I were you, if I would, in general though, what our advice is, try to move out of the AVC model, try to go to the end client though. Because that is the best thing that you have. Always when you are in an AVC model, you're at risk. Yes, because of the IT serve, we have that memo right now that rescinded, but still, EVC model is not considered to be a safe model to stay on a long-term basis on H-1B in United States.
Understood. Okay. Yep. Thanks. That's it from my Thank you, Nithya. Thanks, Rahul.
Rahul Garu, I think as someone who's been in this whole consulting, frame of mind in the past, I think what I would say is at least I would try and get out and find another job, a consulting gig at least, before the remaining 30,000 also get laid off because of this issue and, the market.
Yeah, it's easier said than done. We can say, hey, go find a job. It's not that easy to find a job. If their skill sets, certainly if certain people's skill sets are very good for the government projects, maybe they're not set for the private industry, for technology. But yeah, in general, as you said, they should try as much as possible to get into the end client. That will be the best solution for them. Yeah, you're right.
Before the other 30,000, hit the market.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to our next caller. Hello? 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 Sir, my line unmute cheskuntara, please. Hello?
Hi, I'm sorry. My name is Ananta. I just logged in to listen. I didn't have any specific questions, but since there is nobody to ask question, I just asked to ask if. Thanks, Rahul, for this conference calls. I listened to you that if I going to apply for amendment, you suggested to apply for amendment with extension. Is there any speed change for amendment and amendment with extension?
Good question. Good question. Let me ask you: does your employer has more than 50% of the people working on H-1B or L-1?
Yes.
Okay. Definite. Does your employer has more than 50 employees?
Yes.
Okay. If you file an amendment only, the fees is not that $4,000 or $4,000 fees is not applicable. If you file for amendment plus extension, the 4,000 fees is applicable to you. However, though, this is a good part for you, is that the fees is going up on October 2nd, not today on August 9th. So go ahead and file the amendment plus extension. You are under the lower fees.
Okay. Okay, got it. Thank you.
Right.
Thank you.
Sir. So a word to all our viewers and guys, TVASIA Telugu is available on YouTube, Facebook, Dish Network, Sling, WorldBBTV, and their own website, which is TVASIA Telugu. So please like and subscribe to our pages everywhere so you can keep in touch and see all your programs and get all your queries answered by experts from our shows. And have a lot of fun and watch a lot of entertaining shows and matter. So let's quickly get back to our next callers who are waiting. Hello? Hello, sir?
Yeah, I'm still here. This is Ananta. I just asked a question. So.
Okay, sir. Okay, thanks. We'll just move on to the next caller. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello?
Hi, ma'am. Cheppandi.
Hello?
Hello? Cheppandi. We can hear you.
Yeah. Hi, Rahul Garu. My name is Rupa. So, నాకు ఒక క్వశ్చన్ ఉంది అండి. ఇన్ కేస్ చేంజ్ ఆఫ్ స్టేటస్ డినై అయితే ఒరిజినల్ ఫామ్ వచ్చే వరకు యుఎస్ లో స్టే చేయొచ్చు ఆర్ ఇమీడియట్ గా వెళ్ళిపోవాలా అండి? Can you suggest?
Change of status from what status to what status are we speaking?
Actually, H1 transfer apply చేశాను. So previous H1 నుంచి old to new transfer అయింది. So
it's
H1
not
approve చేశారు కానీ change of
okay, change of employer deny చేసిండ్రా?
చేంజ్ ఆఫ్ స్టేటస్ డినై చేశారు, H1 అప్రూవ్ చేశారు, అంటే కాన్సులర్ ప్రాసెస్ లో అప్రూవ్ చేశారు.
There is a reason why they have denied the change of employer. most probably what they're alleging is that you did not maintain the legal status though. So I would definitely like to pack the bags and leave as soon as possible, because there must be an RFP that was issued whether you're maintaining the legal status or not. Is that right?
Yeah. But నేను ఫ్లైట్స్ చూస్తున్నాను రాహుల్ గారు, కానీ నాకు నెక్స్ట్ థర్స్డేకి దొరికింది. సో ఈ లోపల నాకేం ఫ్లైట్స్ దొరకలేదు.
No, that's fine. You don't have to hurry up and pack the bags and leave on the same day. Definitely, if you're going to wait for 2 or 3 months, the consulates won't like you. But if you're going next week, I don't see any problem in you.
ఓకే. అండ్ వన్ మోర్ క్వశ్చన్ రాహుల్ గారు, నేను ఎగ్జిక్యూటివ్ ఆర్డర్ సైన్ చేసే టైంకి నేను యుఎస్లో ఉన్నాను. ఇన్ కేస్ నేను H1 స్టాంపింగ్కి ఇండియాకి వెళ్తే నాకు ఆ రూల్ ఏం అప్లికబుల్ అవ్వదు కదండి?
It depends on how the change of status has been denied. Most probably what they are alleging is that you did not maintain the legal status, is that right?
Yes.
Okay. So if you did not maintain the legal status, you may not be on legal status on June 24th of 2020. If you're not on legal status on there, then practically that executive order is applicable to you, even if we go by the State Department.
I need to go by?
Even if we believe in the State Department Twitter, okay? What they said was that you must be in legal status on H-1b on that day. But we have a problem there, is right?
Okay.
The USCIS is telling you're not in legal status.
Yeah. Executive order మీద సైన్ చేసినప్పటికీ, yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yeah. Bye.
Rahul garu, let's go to our next caller.
Sure.
Hello.
నా పేరు దినేష్ అండి. ప్రీవియస్ గా ఫేస్బుక్ లో క్వశ్చన్ అడిగాను మీకు. సో యాక్చువల్గా ఏం జరిగిందంటే, నాకు ఇనిషియల్ H-1b అప్రూవ్ అయిందండి. టిల్ 2021 వరకు అప్రూవ్ అయింది. I-140 is valid till 2021. నేను చేంజ్ ఆఫ్ స్టేటస్ H-1b ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ అప్లై చేశాను న్యూ ఎంప్లాయర్ కి. సో న్యూ ఎంప్లాయర్ కి మార్చ్ లో అప్లై చేశాను.
You're the same person we answered the questions, right? So you have the 60-day notification. Since your I-94 is valid, you have the 60-day. The same company or some other company can file a H-1b immediately for you using the 60-day rule. Let me ask you this question. Between the company A and company B, did you use the 60 days?
Between company A and company B?
Company B, H-1b.
నాకు అర్థం కాలేదు.
You know what a 60-day rule is?
Yeah, 60 days, yeah.
Okay. So 60 days you can be between two employers, you can be unemployed for a period of 60 days. So between company A and company B's transfer got denied for you, is that right?
Yeah.
So between company A and company B, were you unemployed for a period of time?
లేదండి, నేను యాక్చువల్గా కంపెనీ ఏ ఒక క్లయింట్కి పనిచేస్తున్నాను, క్లయింట్ ఏ. సో ఆ క్లయింట్ ఏ కింద ఎంప్లాయర్ తో పనిచేస్తాను, ఎంప్లాయర్ బి తో కూడా పనిచేస్తాను, సేమ్ క్లయింట్. మధ్యలో గ్రేస్ పీరియడ్.
So if there is no grace period, you should be able to use the grace period right now and have the company that got denied file a H-1b, or have some other company file a H-1b file immediately within 60 days after you got the denial.
కానీ ఓకే, వన్ మోర్ క్వశ్చన్ అండి. నా H-1b ట్రాన్స్ఫర్ మార్చ్ లో అప్లై చేశారు. సో చేంజ్ ఆఫ్ స్టేటస్ లాస్ట్ వీక్ డినై అయింది. సో నేను ఇప్పుడు
we are counting 60 days from last week, not from March.
ఓకే. సో నా యాక్చువల్గా చేంజ్ ఆఫ్ స్టేటస్ ఎందుకు డినై అయిందంటే, నేను న్యూజెర్సీలో ఒక కంపెనీకి పనిచేసేవాడిని. సో న్యూయార్క్ లో వచ్చేసాను. 50 miles రేడియస్ లో ఉంటుంది అనుకున్నాను, కానీ 50 miles రేడియస్ లో లేదు. సో చేంజ్ ఆఫ్ స్టేటస్ అమెండ్మెంట్ చేయలేదని చెప్పి డినై చేశారు.
So let me understand one thing. So they denied the H-1b or they denied the change of employer?
Change of status. H-1b approve అయింది. Same previous caller situation.
Oh, sorry. I thought that this is the same question we answered previously for somebody else. Okay. I'm sorry. So change of status has been denied, but the H-1b has been approved. Sorry, I'm extremely sorry. Yeah, you have to leave the country and get the H-1b approval, sir. Outside the country.
Okay. Okay.
I'm sorry, Nityagar. I thought that it was the same person we answered it and we took the call. No, you have to leave the country. I'm sorry. You have to leave the country because change of status has been denied. The USCIS has determined that you're not maintaining the legal status. You have to leave the country. The 60-day rule is not applicable to you.
Okay. Okay. Thanks.
Sorry, Andy. Just unfortunate. All right. Rahul, we have one other question from our YouTube viewers. Rajesh Sundaram. He says, I was on H-1b and lost my job and applied for a B2 visa. If I get a job, can H-1b visa be applied while the B2 is pending? And here's a continuation also for that question. He says, if he goes back to India while the B2 is pending, should he withdraw the tourist visa application in order to prevent him from getting denied?
H-1b denied. First thing is that we have tried converting B2 into H-1b. Although in our previous callers, though, especially about a month ago, Nityagaru, we said that B2 to H-1b is practically not possible, we said. But we have tried recently. We've been successful in getting the conversions of the B2 to H-1b while the person is in United States. They can file a premium processing. They can request the officer to adjudicate the B2 and H-1b at the same time. So we've been successful in that thing. That should be done by him. The second aspect, if by any chance he is not successful in that thing, he would still get the H-1b, but he will not get the I-94. That means that he have to go outside the country to get the stamping. Yeah, once he leaves the country, the B2 is automatically denied. If the change of status from one status to another status is pending, if you leave the country, the change of status is automatically denied. So in this case, he doesn't have to withdraw it. It's automatically denied. It won't have any negative impact when he's applying the H-1b in the consulate.
Got it. Okay. All right. Thank you, Rahul. Yeah. Let's go to our next caller. Hello? Hello? Hello?
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you, sir. Chepandi, please.
Yeah. Hello, Rahul garu, and hi, Nitya garu.
Hi.
Na peru Satyanarayana, and I have been in this country like almost 6 years on H-1b, and my I-140 got approved with the company A.
Nice.
So my question to you, in the future, lay off aina gaani edana sudden problem vachi India వెళ్ళిపోతే, సో ఇప్పుడు పర్సన్ కి కంపెనీ ఏ తోటి ఉంది కదా, సో నెక్స్ట్ కంపెనీ బికి మూవ్ అయ్యి వాళ్ళ నుంచి మళ్ళీ H-1 ఫైల్ చేసుకోవచ్చా విత్ ఎగ్జిస్టింగ్ I-140, ఆర్ ఆ కంపెనీకి బికి మూవ్ అయిన తర్వాత వాళ్ళు ఫ్రెష్ గా స్క్రాచ్ నుంచి మళ్ళీ I-140 స్టార్ట్ చేయాలా?
First question, when was your I-140 approved?
2018 December.
So it's been more than 6 months that the I-140 has been approved and not been withdrawn. No, మీరు ఇండియాకి పోయి ఎప్పుడైనా మీ లైఫ్ లో, okay, 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 10 years down the line, you can come back on H-1b with any company, company B, company C, company D. You can come back using company A's I-140.
ఓకే. ఒకవేళ డేట్ కరెంట్ అయితే మాత్రం ఆ కంపెనీ బి అనేది ఫ్రెష్ గా పర్మ్ స్టార్ట్ చేసి మళ్ళీ I-140 చేయాలి. If the date correct.
Absolutely right. You are spot on right. That is right. The only time this I-140 cannot be used is when the prior date becomes correct. Then this I-140 will become invalid. You have to get an I-140 approved by them.
Okay, because this I-140 is tied with the company A. If I was there with that company A at that time, then that is a valid.
Absolutely right, Satyanarayana garu. Absolutely.
Yeah. Thank you, Andy.
Right.
Thank you, sir. Please don't forget to like and subscribe to our Facebook and YouTube channels as well. Thank you.
Yeah, sure, ma'am. Yeah.
Okay. Bye. Rahul, we have another caller online. Let's go.
Sure.
Hello? 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 I think we just lost the caller. But there is one other question, Rahul Garu. It's from B. Lakshmi. She's asking if there's any update on the unused visas and any chance EB2 date move to June 2010.
Did she say EB2?
EB2, yes.
There is a good chance. I would, in the next 3 months, some things are going to be moving. I mean, I hope I'm right, but there's a good chance that the priority date might be granted in the next 3 months for her.
Okay.
And if I were in that position, I get a job offer from some other company though, a better offer, even if some 50,000, 60,000 or 100,000 extra salary is going to come. Now, I will not move if I were them because I'm expecting the priority dates to move. I may go wrong, but I'm just telling if I were that person, I will not move. I will stick with the company because I'm expecting the priority dates to be current right now.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So while we're on this topic, you know, in terms of movement of the priority dates itself for the employment-based applications, you know, what do you see as like, you know, sort of light at the end of the tunnel for these guys?
This department has clearly indicated, and the rule says, the law says that if the family-based preference categories, green cards were unutilized, which the USCIS is not utilizing right now, the Department of State, the consulates are completely closed right now to issue any green cards. Those green cards should be given to the employment-based. According to the State Department estimate, it's more than 110,000 green cards are available. They may be a little bit more than that too, but 110,000 green cards are available to be given to the employment-based next year. Not this year, but next year. The year starts from October 1st of 2020. That means 2021 starts. So we have 140,000, which is a regular quota, and then we have 110,000. Then you might say, well, that's just an improvement of, 70 or 80%. No, that is not how it works out though. When no applicants are available though, the Indians will be the top priority to get. So I'm expecting that out of the 110,000, approximately between 80,000 to 100,000 will be given to only Indians. So that's the reason why I'm expecting the priority dates to come to improve a lot for Indian nationals based on the State Department's numbers right now we have.
Okay. Rahul, we have one other question from our YouTube viewer. His name is 𝗟𝗓𝗙𝗏. He says he has a pending COS from H1 to B2. And he says, I have H1 visa stamping. And if I find a job and on B2 in consular processing and travel out of the country, does my wife's pending B2 I-539A will get affected too?
It automatically will be denied. Yeah. If you have filed I-539A for your wife, it will be automatically denied. She has to file her own application for her to stay in this country. Okay. If she has filed a separate I-539 application, if he would have left the country, the B2 would have been valid. But now, since it's a I-539A, that's a supplement form, yes, it will be automatically denied. Good question.
Gotcha. Okay. So, 𝗟𝗓𝗙𝗏, I hope you have your answer there. So, Rahul, on another sort of unrelated topic, there's been a news about a judge ordering the halt of public charge rule during this pandemic, but the scope was not yet. Can you just give us a little more information about that?
This public charge thing, initially there was an Illinois court that said that, okay, it's not applicable to Illinois and it's applicable to all the other country, all the other thing. There was a stay. There was now, then initially there was a nationwide stay, then the nationwide stay has been taken off. Then there was a stay in Illinois. Then the New York court said that there is a stay for only New York and New Jersey area. Then they're saying that it's a nationwide stay. So it's all confusing whether public charge thing rule is there or not. I would strongly recommend people to answer the questions, because on the I-539 and the H-1b, there's questions, have you ever been in a public charge and certain other questions. Please answer those questions, because if you don't answer, if the court vacates the suspension at this point of time, then you will be issued an RFE. You don't want that one. So let's say if you're filing a 485 application, we don't include the 944 application, that is for the public charge. They may issue an RFE when the courts vacate the suspension that they have right now. So yes, there is a suspension right now, but I don't want people to rely. I want people to supply the information unless the people have used the public charge. At that point of time, they should consult a lawyer. But if they have not used the public charge, though, I would want them to document all the things that they have not used the public charge and then submit the documentation. Don't rely on, because this is going, court is going left and right. You don't want to be caught in between.
Right. So it's better to make everything clear from the get-go and avoid that also.
That's right.
Awesome. Rahul, we have one other question. It's from our YouTube viewer, Suman. He or she is asking, what can we expect about H-4 EAD approvals as biometrics are getting delayed due to COVID?
It's a big, huge problem. They're getting delayed a lot. There are some lawsuits pending with regards to whether or not the biometrics should be needed to get the H-4s and H-4 EADs approval. Hope some positive things will come out there. If that doesn't come in, we are in big trouble. The delays are causing to anywhere between 8 months to 18 months right now. And with the biometrics, they're scheduling the biometrics right now, but the amount of people that are getting scheduled biometrics is very less. So there is a humongous amount of backlog. So there is a good chance the whole thing might be backlogged for a long period of time, unless the court comes in our favor.
Right. I'm just thinking, on one hand, there's so much happening on the unemployment front. People are filing for unemployment by the millions over here. And on the other hand, we have a backlog in so many cases. So I'm like, instead of paying them unemployment, why don't you just hire them on and get these biometrics kind of things done, At least it solves two problems, I think, one for the immigrants and one for the existing, nationals of this country as well.
The unemployment, according to the Forbes, though, is not there in the IT sector. Most of our audiences are in the IT sector, so that's a very good point. But what you're telling is that why can't the USCIS hire the people to do the biometrics? You're absolutely right. This administration, Nithya Garu, is against immigrants. They don't want immigration to benefit. So if you are going to hire, let's say about 200 or 300 biometrics, that will solve the entire biometric problem. And then guess what? It's going to resolve the H-4 EAD problems too. But that's not this administration want. This administration intentionally wants delays. So look at this. Every year, 140,000 green cards are approved, are supposed to be. This year, the employment-based, only 60 to 70,000 will be approved. That means that rest of the 70,000 will be going waste. The entire immigration every year is about 1 million. This year, Trump is going to claim that, look, it's only 500,000. Why? Because he wants to do it. A lot of these employment-based and certain things could be approved without interview. Could be done very differently, but they want to delay. It is their intention to delay. So your idea of hiring extra people to do the biometrics, if Trump would have listened to that idea, we would have been in a much better shape than what we are right now.
But anyway, so, we have one other question from our YouTube viewer, Ramakrishna Rao Kankipati. So he says, can my mother, who is currently on visitor visa, be able to come from India to US? And will there be any issues at port of entry?
No, it is not expected that there will be any problem for the B2 visa people to come into the United States. Even though there is executive order, the executive order is not applicable for the B2 people unless she has traveled to certain countries. I can name two at this point of time, but you may want to look into very carefully the other countries that are there. One is Brazil and one is China. If she has traveled in the past 2 weeks to any of those countries, there is a restriction, but otherwise she doesn't have any problem in coming into the United States and staying for the period of time that is allowed.
So Rahul Garu, last time I also heard if if you have like a transit in Europe also, there might be a problem. Is that something that you?
There is, I think so. There are some countries that may have problem in the transit. Not all countries, but some countries though. I would want them to check those things though. I'm assuming that there should not be any flights if there is any problem there. I think so. It's been taken off, but I'm not sure about it. But I'm pretty sure that from Middle East there is no problem.
Okay. So Ramakrishna Rao Garu, if you're listening to this, then yeah, try and avoid the transit ports, which are going to have some problems. Also, from what I've heard and read, in India itself, there are a lot of companies that provide airline kits nowadays, these COVID safety kits. So it looks like a hazmat suit, so your mom can wear that whole suit, and it completely restricts access. At the same time, she will not feel too suffocated, and she can travel comfortably. So if she's scared, then have her reach out to one of these. You can just Google them, and you can find them on Mata. So that should be very helpful for her, and for anyone who's watching and listening and want their parents to come. Rahul Garu, we have one more last question before we head out today. This is from Kadamanchi Satyanarayana Rao Garu. He says, what if H1 petition expires after moving to India, but my I-140 is approved? Can I apply for an extension with cap exemption continuation?
Yes. Even if he has completed the 6 years though, if he has the I-140 approval, he can get H-1b. Normally advise people to save 2 or 3 days at least, or a week period at least, because there are some officers that are interpreting wrongly the law. So if you are coming to 6 years and you're leave 2 days or 3 days earlier, that's better. But yeah, you can once you go to India, you can file a H-1b without subject to cap after your I-140 is approved and come into the United States. No problem.
Got it. Thank you, Rahul Garu. So for all those who are watching, please, we are on YouTube, we're on Facebook, we're on Dish Network, we're on SlingTV, we're on WorldBBTV, and also on the TVASIA via Telugu website itself. So please like, share, subscribe, so that way you're kept up to date with everything immigration related from TVASIA Telugu, and you can talk to Rahul Garu every week and get your questions answered, get your queries taken care of, and we're always here to help you in Mata. Rahul Garu, thank you so much once again. As usual,
thank you.
Your in-depth answers, I'm sure, are helping a lot of people. So thanks once again for being on the show.
Thank you for inviting me.
Have a great weekend, and TVASIA Telugu viewers అందరికీ have a great rest of the weekend, and we'll see you next week along with an amazing show and some amazing topics to discuss. So thank you and have a nice day. Bye. Thank you, Rahul.
Sure. Thank you very much. Yeah.